Hello. My presentation is named Freeze. Uh, Alright, so various technologies utilized by police organizations to detect crime. So drones are used for tracking, and body cameras are used for training and evidence, and shot spiders are used to detect gunshots. Examples of different departmental recruiting techniques are career fairs. Cops will use those for people who might be interested in the field, or they don't know what they really want to do with life. So, you know, there's multiple companies there, and police departments are usually one of them. And coffee with a cop, it's not really a recruiting technique, but it's kind of close. You actually get to go and talk with a cop and maybe even ask them some questions about the career field other than what's going on in the community or maybe what they can do to help. Three different types of crime prevention techniques is ADT, neighborhood watch, and security cameras. ADT is home security system, where if there it has sensors all around, and if something happens, they'll alert the authorities right away, and the proper authorities will come. Neighborhood watch is kind of like you know, I my neighbor is watching my house while I'm gone, and something happens. I trust that they're gonna call the police, and it's kind of like a little bit of a deterrent, saying like, hey, like everyone's watching, so they know who's supposed to be there and who's not. Security cameras, that's kind of new. They're coming in, either in people's workplaces. So people who own businesses, they have them. People now have them inside their homes. So while they're gone, they actually can see what's inside and what's going on inside their home. If there is someone who's not supposed to be there, and people now, I just saw, had them on their boats. Didn't know that. Specialized, yeah, specialized units. They're like the FBI, SWAT, Canine, Vice, Maritime. So these units are specialized in certain things, like in armed confrontations, hostage situations, and bomb threats. These are highly trained individuals. No matter what they are, if they're canine, vice, whatever, they're only known to do one job, and that's their certain job advice is to do drugs and drug busts and stuff like that. While SWAT is to do hostage situations or armed confrontations, and then bomb threats are the bomb squad. Concepts of criminal investigation, management, and supervision of cases. The preliminary investigation is an investigation that starts it off, where they get as much information as they can from everybody, and then they submit the paperwork. The case screening then goes in there, and they see, okay, what's really going on here. Get as much information as they can from that, and make it into a case. And then the follow-up management is the ongoing investigations. Basically, like, they had the case, and then now they're like, okay, well, there's this information, but now new information is coming out, or maybe we can ask somebody else instead who didn't give us information before about it. Um, that's the follow-up structures of law enforcement agencies. So we had the Creed Police Department, the Watertown Police Department, Houston Police Department. These three departments are all different. The Creed Police Department being the smallest one, they only have like the chief, the lieutenant, and then they have communications and support, investigations, and patrol. While Watertown kind of gets more and more and more, and then Houston has a whole bunch of different departments. The reason why is because it's all population based. Houston actually has the smallest population of probably like maybe like 7,000, I think, 8,000 when I looked it up, and then Houston actually has a population of over 2 million, which is actually the size of New Jersey. So that's actually pretty big. So they need a lot of people. Principles of allocation and department resources. So we got funds, municipal leases, grants and bonds, and other funds. Funds are basically the funds that the the local government will give to their local police department, saying, "Hey, like we all voted on this, so you have $500,000, or you have $1 million for a year or so, uh, and that's how much money you have." If that's not enough, municipal leases, what they can do is that they can get leases and stuff like that for cars, for new evidence lockers, for anything like that, and they'll actually lease it out for about 15 years, something like that, 15, 30 years. It just depends. And then grants and bonds are government based, so what they'll do is police departments will actually have an application, and with that application they'll send it into the government saying, hey, we're going to use this grant for building uh, for building or getting new cars, or maybe even putting on a new wing for like women or something like that. Maybe they need like they don't have like they have like a little tiny like closet space or so for like for women when they need to put in a new locker room for them, you know, because maybe they're getting a little bit more women recruits than expected, so you need to compensate for that. Bonds are for your bigger purchases, so that for your bigger purchases, like when you go and you do you have government facilities and they need headquarters and stuff. That's when you need bonds. And other funds are kind of like your other funds are your drug bust funds, your what other funds, and they're also actually your funds for uh, there's just things called property auctions, and basically what they'll do is anything that was evidence that wasn't actually picked up by those people, they'll actually sell after a time, after a certain time period, they'll actually sell it, so then they can actually get more money there. And then finally, the impact of natural patrol studies, the benefits, the pay scale, and the demographics. The benefits are, benefits of the natural patrol studies, or benefits in general. There's a lot of people who want to be police officers, and so they want to know what their benefits are going to look like, what's going to happen, if something bad happens, who's going to take care of it. And so, or benefits maybe like if you get to take a patrol car home, or if you get to do this or that, and people want to know about that. The pay scale is different. People want to know, am I getting paid more here? Like for example, in New York, as a state trooper, you get paid $70,000 once you get out of the academy, and then $75,000 once you go off probation. Meanwhile, in Florida, it's $35,000 to $40,000. That's a huge price gap, And so, like, people want to know: is it worth it for me to be down here? Is it worth it to be up in New York? And then you have demographics where, okay, like, is there a lot of police shootings? Is there a lot of different types of like armed robberies? Is there a lot of crime? What's the population like? Male to female. What's the absence like? People want to know if they're gonna work in that area, what it's like, what the who's what. And so that is my presentation. Thank you.